The creative economy in the UK at the moment is fundamentally very strong. It's probably a larger proportion of the UK economy than other economies, but I think there are a number of areas that urgently need attention from policymakers. We've already seen the transformation of the production sector with real-time technologies that emerge from the game industry. We will see the disruption of all sectors by AI, not just generative AI, but other forms of machine learning. So I think one of the things that policymakers urgently need to understand is that to preserve the past strengths of the UK creative sector, we need to invest in research and development, in innovation support, to ensure that our companies and our workforce have the underpinnings to support them into the future in the face of this technological change. So that's one thing, technology. The next thing is the workforce itself. The UK has a great tradition of creative education through our art schools, more latterly through our universities. In fact, that's a tradition that we have people coming from all over the world to experience that kind of education in the UK. However, within our own school system, we have neglected and to some extent sidelined creative practice. So whether it's design technology, whether it's art, whether it's performance, these things are not mainstream any longer in most UK schools. So we are shutting down our own talent pipeline whilst we're training the global talent pipeline. So that needs some attention all the way from schools through to early entry into the workforce. And the third area that policymakers need to think about really, really clearly in the UK is place and geography. Over 50% of all the creative industries in the UK, all the economic value of the creative industries is London. We need to think very carefully about that. Over the last 10 years, there's been a growing awareness that we need to build our regional creative economies. So in cities like Edinburgh or Glasgow or Manchester particularly has been very successful in doing this. So we need to keep up those efforts, and through our clusters program that we have run, we have found a way of combining local politics with the universities and industry in these cities. And that's been great. But we mustn't neglect London. We have to balance those two things together. If we want a more inclusive and diverse workforce in the creative sector, and we try to do that without London, it will be impossible.